Showing kindness to our friends and family is a fundamental aspect of our relationships with them, and it is a trait that is highly valued in many cultures and faiths, including Christianity. According to the teachings of Jesus, kindness is not just a feeling, but an action that we can demonstrate to those around us. In the Bible, Jesus teaches us to love our neighbors as ourselves, Mark 12:31, and to do unto others as we would have them do unto us, Matthew 7:12. These teachings emphasize the importance of treating others with kindness, compassion, and respect. One way to show kindness to our friends and family is by being present and available to them. Jesus teaches us to be good listeners and to be attentive to the needs of others. In the story of the Good Samaritan, Luke 10:25-37, Jesus shows us that kindness is not just about feeling sorry for someone, but about taking action to help them. We can show kindness to our friends and family by being there for them in times of need, by listening to them when they need someone to talk to, and by offering a helping hand when they need it. Another way to show kindness to our friends and family is by being generous and giving. Jesus teaches us to give without expecting anything in return, and to be generous with our time, resources, and talents. In the story of the widow's offering, Mark 12:41-44, Jesus praises a widow who gives her last 2 coins to the temple, showing us that true kindness is not about how much we give, but about the sacrifice we make. We can show kindness to our friends and family by being generous with our time, by giving them gifts that show we care, and by being willing to go out of our way to help them. Jesus also teaches us to show kindness to our friends and family by forgiving them and showing them mercy. In the story of the prodigal son, Luke 15:11-32, Jesus shows us that true kindness is not about holding grudges or seeking revenge, but about showing compassion and forgiveness. We can show kindness to our friends and family by letting go of past hurts and resentments, by being willing to forgive them when they wrong us, and by showing them mercy and understanding. In addition to these ways of showing kindness, Jesus also teaches us to show kindness to our friends and family by being humble and modest. In the story of the Pharisee and the tax collector, Luke 18:9-14, Jesus shows us that true kindness is not about seeking to elevate ourselves, but about being humble and recognizing our own limitations. We can show kindness to our friends and family by being willing to listen and learn from them, by being humble and recognizing our own mistakes, and by being willing to serve them and put their needs before our own. Finally, Jesus teaches us to show kindness to our friends and family by praying for them and seeking God's guidance and wisdom. In the story of Jesus' prayer in the garden, Matthew 26:36-46, Jesus shows us that true kindness is not just about our own actions, but about seeking God's will and guidance. We can show kindness to our friends and family by praying for them, by seeking God's wisdom and guidance in our relationships with them, and by being open to God's leading and direction. In conclusion, showing kindness to our friends and family is a fundamental aspect of our relationships with them, and it is a trait that is highly valued in the teachings of Jesus. By being present and available, generous and giving, forgiving and merciful, humble and modest, and prayerful and seeking God's guidance, we can demonstrate kindness to those around us and build stronger, more meaningful relationships with them. As Jesus teaches us, kindness is not just a feeling, but an action that we can take to show our love and care for others. By following Jesus' teachings and example, we can become more kind, compassionate, and loving people, and we can build a more just and peaceful world.